Hi. I don't even know what I'm going to talk about right now, but I wanted to make a quick update. I don't know how long it'll be. It might be a couple of minutes. It might be longer. Something I have been trying to do is play my keyboard more. I've completely unlearned the majority of what I learned when I was younger, but I did play for a while when I was younger, and music has always been something that I liked and have been drawn to. And before I left my first high school, it's a long story, I was in the choir and I enjoyed it, so I'm trying to, albeit sort of warily and doubtfully, reconnect with some of the things that I know that I liked when I was younger. Music was definitely one of those things, so I've been just playing the same notes over and over and over again, which I guess could be useful if it turns out to be something that can help me distract myself as well and have some enjoyment in my life. So that's interesting. I've been grateful for all of the YouTube tutorials out there. Also, I'm not sure how much, maybe I'll just make it so that this video can only be seen by subscribers or something. I had an altercation with a girl in group, if you could call it that, on Monday. And I'm not usually one for that sort of thing. Either I don't speak, or lately I've been trying to speak a little bit about myself, because I think I used to talk in groups and stuff, and I still sometimes do, in terms of giving people feedback. But talking about myself, I always just sort of assume people won't say anything helpful, which I know is not a wonderful perspective to have, so I've been trying to talk a little bit more, and I don't know. Part of the issue is that I sort of feel like my main issue is that I feel hopeless and that things are unresolvable, so I wish that I could somehow figure out what it is that's bothering me in the moment, even if they are really little things, but maybe I don't have them. I'm all over the place. Anyway, so this girl was talking, and she said something, and one thing that I struggle with in treatment is feeling often that we're a little too coddled, and I didn't say it, in my opinion, meanly or anything, but this girl said something, and I don't know what, I just come from a session that was kind of upsetting for some reason, and I told the girl I thought she was being a little dramatic, and it really hurt her feelings, and that I felt really bad for, but at the same time, I'm not sure how to feel about that situation. I talked with some of the counselors about it, and one of them, and again, these counselors have known me for a really long time, and so they have a pretty good sense of me, and I don't tend to speak my mind about things that I feel like are just too, I don't want to cause drama or whatever. I mean, I don't know how to describe how beyond treatment drama I feel. I don't even want to give it time, in the video, to talk about it, but I was trying to say something honest here. I don't know what the point was. That maybe that was part of the problem, was that I didn't go into it necessarily thinking, is this person, maybe I'm wrong, or maybe this person isn't ready to hear this sort of feedback, or how am I trying to help them, what's my intention behind saying this. I think it was more selfish and more I just wanted to get off my chest that I was annoyed. But it was a bomb went off in the room, and she got really upset, and both of the therapists were like, oh god, I don't know, and she asked me, you think I'm being dramatic? And I said, yeah. I guess I mentioned that just because now I felt a little bit, I don't, just for the record, I have a pretty big thing about not wanting to be dramatic. So maybe it's like a personal thing, but I also just kind of feel like sometimes it's not doesn't make you a bad person, but I've done it, you know. Sometimes things are made to be more dramatic than they need to be, and the respect for the seriousness of eating disorders that I do have makes me really feel like we don't have time for that. Like, if you really feel something and you're being authentic, then it doesn't really matter if it's dramatic or not, because you're dealing with something that you need to be dealing with. And again, I could have been wrong. At the time I didn't feel like I was, but you know, I said, I think you're being a little dramatic. I can't remember. The first thing I said was, I think you're giving it too much power. But anyway, I feel a little uncomfortable in the house now. And I had to leave this morning, so I couldn't be in the other process group that we have to sort of talk about it today. I had to take my car to the shop. So now I'm at my parents' house. And it turned out they couldn't even take the car anyway. So I guess I'll maybe resolve that, or talk. I talked with this girl. I apologized. I said I did not intend to hurt your feelings, and like, you know, I was I was crying because I felt horrible to hurt somebody, and I could tell that she was really hurt, and that's not cool. It's not how I roll. But anyway, so I was talking with a couple of counselors, and one of them said to me, I don't think you often say what you're really thinking. So it felt kind of nice, because in that group I felt so in the wrong. It felt kind of nice to have somebody who knew me, and both of the therapists leading that group were newer. So it felt nice to have somebody who knew me really say, that's kind of a big deal for you, to say what you're thinking. So I'm kind of, even though it didn't turn out so well, maybe I should think it through a little more next time. That was maybe a little step for me. I think sometimes when I hold everything in, I just feel like more and more jaded, and more as though it's not okay to say things that might not sit right, or I'm not saying that like we should go provoke each other or say things intentionally to be against whatever, but I did feel that I finally said something I was authentically feeling and thinking, so that was cool. Anyway, I realize that that's sort of vague, but I can't obviously go too much into it because of confidentiality and respecting that person and everything. So this is already 8 minutes. That was all I really wanted to say. I am continuing to watch videos on YouTube. I'm trying to get out there more and actually do things that are a little hard for me to get off my butt and do. I'm also trying to be very like in the moment and allow myself to have what it is that I feel like having, but not overdo it, and not eat when it's not time to eat, and all of that. Yeah. Alright. Yay, vague video.